Expectations are growing that Chicago will be the next city to see National Guard troops on its streets. President Trump says they're needed to fight crime in the nation's third largest city following their deployment in Washington, D.C. last month. Democratic leaders say that would be illegal. Chicago's mayor has signed an executive order designed to counter any upcoming federal immigration crackdown. On Face the Nation, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem talked about expanding the federal presence in Chicago and other cities. Are you planning beyond Chicago to expand these kinds of operations to other cities? There have been reports, for example, that Boston may very well soon be next.
I think there's a lot of cities that are dealing with crime and violence right now, and so we haven't taken anything off the table.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, seen as a potential presidential candidate in 2028, told us during a visit we took to Chicago the president is a threat to democracy in his state.
This isn't about crime. What Donald Trump is trying to do in the city of Chicago is not about fighting crime. It is about, in my opinion, disrupting elections in 2026. Maybe they'll just take all of the ballot boxes and claim that they're going to count the ballots. Or intimidate people.
You think it's going to get that intense?
I do. I think that's why they're invading American cities.
Invading American cities?
That is what Donald Trump wants to do with troops. He is invading an American city. If he comes to the city of Chicago, he's already tried it in Washington, D.C. We'd love to have help from federal law enforcement, more help than we're already getting. But instead, what does he want to do? He wants to send troops in.
But invasion, I've not heard you say it that way before. That conjures up
bringing
things.
Troops into a city and a state that don't want those troops? What is that? I don't know what word to use, except that they're crossing a line that hasn't been crossed in my entire lifetime. And yet this is Donald Trump attempting to do it.
What is your message to fellow governors who've deployed National Guard troops to Washington?
They're adding to a problem that Donald Trump is bringing to the entire country, which is division. States should be responsible for what goes on in their own states and not sending troops to help Donald Trump essentially become a more authoritarian president. We're not going to send troops to help Donald Trump effectuate his plans. I don't think other states should do that. And I've warned them that if they send troops here on their own, that's not something that's acceptable to us, and we will do everything we can to resist the fact that they are sending it.
The White House tells CBS News the governor's accusation about disrupting elections is absurd. Pritzker also suggested if governors from other states send their National Guard troops to Chicago, it may jeopardize Illinois' ongoing working relationship with them on other matters. We'll see where this battle goes in the coming days.